To make it kind of interactive as well, but I think that's fine. My name is Emily Seelenfreund. I'm the executive director of BORP, Adaptive Sports and Recreation. I'm curious how many people, if anyone has heard of BORP before.
Yes.
Um, okay, great. Has anyone's child been to a BORP program? Okay, so some BORP
So,
participants in the chat, which is awesome. Yeah, so BORP is the Bay Area's longest running comprehensive adaptive sports and recreation provider. And it's actually our 50th year. So we were founded in 1976. And so we're celebrating I think it's our golden anniversary, which is really exciting. And we were founded in Berkeley, but we are working to expand and are serving more of the Bay Area. And so we serve people with all types of disabilities, but we focus on people with physical and vision disabilities, um, and people of all ages as well. So we have programs specifically for youth, and then youth are also welcome in all of our programs, pretty much. So yeah, we were founded in Berkeley. A lot of our programs run in Berkeley. We do have our cycling program has expanded, and we now offer every Saturday in the summer. We offer cycling in Golden Gate Park, and we do have two-wheel tandem bikes available and a bunch of other adaptive cycles. So encourage folks to check that out. That's a free program again every Saturday, June through October in Golden Gate Park. And then we also expanded this year to San Jose. And so we're offering cycling in San Jose as well. Same schedule, June through October. That one is on Sundays though. So definitely encourage you to, the easiest way to keep up with what BORP is doing is to subscribe to our mailing list, which you can find on our website. I'm also happy if you email me. I'm just Emily at BORP. But yeah, so I'll talk about obviously BORP runs a wide variety of programs, but I'll talk about the programs that are most relevant to the blind and low vision community. So we have a pretty robust goalball program as well. So we have multiple different goalball options. Does anyone's kid play goalball? Any goalball? Goalball's yeah, hopefully everyone knows about goalball. It's a really cool sport. I've enjoyed learning about it. I didn't know a huge amount about it until I started at BORP. And I should have said I'm also an adaptive athlete as well. I have been playing wheelchair basketball since I was about 11, started with track and field when I was 5. And one of my favorite facts about BORP is that we were founded by people with disabilities, and over half of our staff and board are people with disabilities as well. All types of disabilities, including folks who are blind and low vision. So we're buy-in for the community, which I think is one of the other things that makes us really special. So we have every Wednesday in Berkeley, we have a recreational goalball practice that's open to everyone. We have experienced coaches there. The coach of that practice is Brandon Young, who's a Paralympic goalball player, and it's open to everyone, all ages. We also just recently started a youth goalball team, which I'm really excited about, and they're called the BORP Brigands, and they traveled recently to LA for their very first tournament, where I believe they got second place. So that is exciting. I think some of you might know Mina. Her son plays on that team, and she helped start that program, and it's been really great to see that program thrive. And then we have a women's goalball team as well, which is also exciting. So an opportunity. So if you have a daughter under 821, then they could potentially be on three goalball teams, which is exciting. And yeah, so we also this weekend, so if anyone is listening to this, definitely think about coming out. We are partnering with the Challenge Athletes Foundation to host a goalball clinic. It's this Saturday at James Kenney Community Center in Berkeley at noon, and it's free to register. Definitely encourage you to register if you haven't yet. Totally free. There's going to be two Paralympic goalball coaches there, so if you're listening to this and you're like, oh wow, my kid really should try goalball, there's no better time. This presentation worked at the perfect time. But yeah, in terms of other access to board programs, we also have cycling year round in our Berkeley Center. We offer a variety of two-wheel tandem rides as well. So we'll often do group rides specifically for two-wheel tandem riders. We also have a robust kayaking program, which is a great sport for or great activity, including we have a bunch of double kayaks. And then we have online, or so virtual and in-person fitness classes. And so that's an option as well. And we ran a couple, maybe about a year ago, we ran a Tai Chi specifically for the blind and low vision community. We're not running that right now as a limited time offering, but we run things like that periodically. So definitely encourage you to subscribe to BORP's mailing list and keep involved in what we're doing. Yeah, so I'm hoping to make it interactive. I'm hoping folks can ask questions. I'm curious. The other thing is that BORP, one thing I'm really passionate about is BORP was founded in Berkeley, and I think we've been very East Bay focused for a long time. And I know the Bay Area is a really huge and populous region. And I think one of my surprises was why is BORP just in Berkeley? And if, if BORP is in Berkeley, why isn't there the BORP equivalent in the South Bay? And I'm still not sure why that is, but I think I'm really cognizant of that and working hard to expand our impact. So, I think certainly I'd love to hear what activities that folks might be interested in and what locations would work for people if kind of the locations and programs that I mentioned aren't necessarily a good fit.
I My son and I and my husband, we all participated in the biking that you had in San Jose. And my husband specifically said, "Oh, can you ask them if they're going to have it again this summer? Like, if I know it was like a trial run,
Yeah.
we utilized the service and we did, spread the word to a few people that we knew. And it was just really fun. So I'm hoping you guys will have that again."
We will have it again. Yes, and
Okay.
we're going to switch it up and do something that I think is going to be even better this year. We're going to have it we already have the schedule. We have a preliminary schedule almost ready, and we'll have that to be published within a month or so. But we're going to be in like 12 different locations, so that way
Oh,
folks can get to
cool.
ride different areas as well, if that makes sense. They're all going to be in San
Yes.
Jose, but because our the funding for that grant comes from MTC, the Metropolitan Transportation Commission, so a requirement of the grant is that all the rides originate in San Jose, but they're going to be in different locations in San Jose. So folks can,
That's
ride a
so
variety of
cool.
trails. And we transport the bikes. We have all different kinds of bikes. Family and friends are welcome to ride with us as well. So, and we'll have bikes for folks as well. So you can bring your own bike, but you also don't have to. And the program in San Jose got off to a little bit of a slow start. So, and we'd love to, I think our goal this year is to secure funding to be able to continue running it. So really would encourage, I mean, people come out because it's fun and because it's a great thing to do, but also would especially encourage folks to give it a try this summer and really spread the word to everyone because like we know the community is there and we know the need is there and sometimes it can be hard to get out. We also know that, but we really want to show that there's an interest in the program that kind of helps us justify it to funders.
Emily, can you
My other
share
quick
exactly,
question. Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
when in summer? When in summer do
Yep.
you usually offer these? Because if there's 12, are they often going to be regularly happening or
Yep. So we ran, I think I
Every
said this, the
Sunday.
San Francisco program is June through October, every single Saturday, 10 to 2. And then the San Jose program, last year we ran it every Sunday, June through October in one location. This year, I think we're going to do 12 different locations, but we're going to have the schedule ready. It's not quite ready, but I think within a couple weeks, the goal is to have it published and available on our website. And then we have a calendar. That's also a great way to always see what BORP is up to. If you go to our website and hit the calendar link, that has all of the programs that we have coming up listed. And so I don't know the exact dates, but they'll all be on Sundays. And I believe they'll all be in the 10 to 2 time frame. So they'll be almost every Sunday from June through October, minus a couple.
Yeah,
And
I
then our
loved that it
newsletter.
was
Yeah.
basically through like October. So it
Yep.
wasn't like just the summer. I felt like there was opportunity to go when it was, not as hot. My other question was, how do I'm pretty sure I can look this up now, but the kayaks, like if we wanted to take our son out, is there like group trips or is it, we would rent them? Kind of just a little bit about how that works. I'll
Yeah.
look it up too.
Totally. So the way BORP works is that you can purchase a day pass for $13, or you can become a member of BORP and get access to all of our programs for 20 a month. And we have unlimited, no questions asked scholarships. So if you, based on financial needs, so if anyone says, basically the requirements are that you are on disability, a fixed income, or that paying that amount would be a hardship to your life. And if you attest that and you email us, we just send you a scholarship code, no questions asked. And so it's not, I guess it is kind of a rental, but it's a very inclusive rental. So with the kayaking, I don't know the dates yet. Obviously, that season is similarly like April through October. So we're in the off season right now. But I think that program is also in Sundays in Berkeley. And I don't know, I think we're kind of revamping a little bit. So I don't want to give you the wrong information. But usually it takes place on Sundays. And then a lot of the trips are at our dock and in Berkeley, which is an accessible dock right on it's an aquatic park, and so it's kind of a calm body of water. So it's a great place to kind of try kayaking out. And then we also do offer away trips, and then we can provide transportation from Berkeley, or you can meet us at that destination, and then we'll transport the boats for you. So that's another great way. And those are kind of the opportunity, because obviously one of the great things about kayaking is you can kind of experience other parts of the bay, if that makes sense. And so, again, definitely subscribing to our newsletter is definitely the best way to keep abreast of what we're doing, checking our website regularly. You can also always email me, emily@borp.org, emily@borp.org. Would love to hear from folks. Are your kids engaged in sports and recreation? What activities have you found they enjoyed? Where are you guys geographically located? Because I think BORP definitely wants to make sure we're serving the whole region. So yeah, would love to also make it interactive and hear from folks.
We're in Sunnyvale, and I know Gabby, who's on here, is also from Sunnyvale. Maybe she dropped off. And then Diane, you're in San Jose, right? So,
Santa
and
Clara, close
Santa
enough.
Clara. Thank you, Santa Clara. And then we have Adrian and Tiffany from the Los Angeles area who's on right now. Just wanted to mention Gordon put into the chat the email address for you, Emily,
Yep.
and the www.borp.org website. So it is there for people's reference. I know we were wondering if there's anything like BORP down in the Los Angeles area for students that are living down there. Do you know of any program that's similar to yours?
So I'm a BORP specialist, so I've heard of Angel. I know Angel City Sports. I could not tell you if they have goal ball, or I don't believe they have cycling. I know they do like a variety of adaptive sports activities. But I'm not sure if they do many activities for the blind and low vision community. The last thing I'll say is that, or one more thing I'll add is that every year we run a big adaptive sports expo. That we already have the date for that next year. It's going to be October 17th. It's an opportunity to try 12 plus adaptive activities all in one day, all free of charge. It's a really fun day. There's also all kinds of snacks. A food truck comes, and then there was 20 plus vendors there last year. So it's also an opportunity to um, learn about other services available to members of the disability community. Last year we had uh, fencing there, so folks could try blind fencing. We have a popular blind table tennis game that we play every year as part of that expo. And then also, of course, there's a cycling demo, a kayaking demo, and a goal ball demo as well. So it's a really fun day. October 17th, 2026. Definitely encourage you to, I know that's kind of far away, but just want to put that on everyone's radar. It's a great way to get tapped into what BORP is offering.
Hi, Emily. I have a question. Hi.
Yeah.
What age group or what is the ages?
Yeah, we serve all ages.
How young?
We've had people, um, we don't have a minimum. I think it really depends. I'm not sure goal ball. It's a contact sport. I'm not sure it'd be appropriate for someone maybe under 7. I'd say probably, 7 or up. We've had kiddos as young as 4 on cycles.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
not sure if
you.
we have two-wheel tandems that are that small, but we do also have like side-by-side bikes and things like that. And then we have the opportunity to we hitch bikes to each other. So we
Okay.
could probably rig something up for you.
And he'll
Our
be like with the seatbelt seated. I have
our
a
staff is
6-year
really
old,
good
but
at
he's not.
adapting.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And same with kayaking. We can see pretty young kiddos and we have double kayak. So we would probably wouldn't send a 6-year-old out alone on a kayak, but certainly in a double.
Is there a lot of kayaks? Like if you have, 8 to 10 people show up, is there enough to?
Oh, we have a huge fleet. Yeah, we have. Yeah. In fact, we can also do group activities. So if that's ever of interest, we do partner with groups. So I don't know if you guys ever do in-person meetings. I didn't realize you guys were statewide. So I'm so apologies for if there's folks from South SoCal here. I'm not being super helpful, but we do group activities. So if that's something of interest, you could email us and we could see about trying to arrange that, which could be a really fun opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's always inspiring to hear about what's being done. And even if we're not in the area, sometimes, it gets us looking around our own for other resources that might be there and,
Yeah.
yeah, about possibilities.
Or if it doesn't exist, I encourage you to start your own. I know, the reason we have a youth global team now is because Nina said, would it be possible to have a youth team? Kai would love to. We ended up with a group of about, 4 or 5 they're all boys right now that, and Mina was like, could we go to this tournament as a team? And we said, yeah, like we love to say yes. And so oftentimes it just takes someone kind of having the idea and kind of pushing it forward in that way. So if there is an organization, like if Angel City Sports doesn't have goalball yet, um, approach them with interest and who knows?
Hey, this is Adrian at CSP. I do want to say that Wayfinder Family Services has goalball at their Los Angeles campus.
Oh, great.
They also have beat baseball and blind soccer, and I believe they just started blind tennis. So look up Wayfinder Family Services. It's the old Junior Blind of America, for those of you familiar with it.
I had a quick question, Emily. Can you tell us about? I'm in Southern California, but I was interested in hearing about the virtual fitness classes.
Mhm. Yeah, so they're great. You can log on from anywhere. We have 5 or 6 a week. They're all different types. I'm gonna go on and remind myself of them. They're like, I think I want to give you the updated information about them. So we have a Tai Chi class, which I think is really popular. We have strengthening classes, chair yoga. We have a move to the beats dance class. I will say I think the population of those does skew older. I will be very honest with you. Um, I don't know of many kids taking those classes. But again, we're very like if people come to us with an idea and an interest and a need, we're very open to starting a partnership. Like that's to me the way the best programs have started. Like I think that's how we ran like a 12-week Tai Chi for the blind and visually impaired series, like I think I mentioned, and that came about I think from community members. Like all the best of our programs come from, people saying there's a need here and an interest. So if it's like, oh, I think a yoga class for the visually impaired would be really popular. Like we, especially for youth with visual impairments, we would totally, see if we could make that a partnership.
I was just going to share one of the things that we've done as a family that we all really enjoyed and was very accessible was laughing yoga. Who doesn't
Laughing
want to
yoga.
laugh, right? Laughing yoga is just so much easier than, some of the yoga positions, even for myself. So
Yeah.
we thoroughly enjoyed that. And then I was going to share, you were asking what our children are already doing. Our daughter swims at the Y. She has a one-on-one instructor, and he is like holding like a kickboard out in front of him, and she's keep touching that to know where to go because she has no usable vision.
Okay.
And so she does that every Sunday, and she loves it. She's a very strong swimmer. Unfortunately, CSB was going to offer a swim team, but their pool is broken down.
Oh
So
no.
she wasn't able to do tryouts this week. And so there's no program that's going to be offered this winter. So, we're always trying to look to see what is available. And then
Yeah.
we got invited to go to a climbing experience, which we haven't actually gone in the South Bay for wall climbing for students who are blind. So that's another thing that we haven't had a chance to try, but yeah.
We
I
we
totally
tried
forgot.
that. It
Yeah.
was really good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Climbing, yeah.
there's a lot of there's a big interest. It's not just for the visually impaired, but
Mhm.
there's and I would say every time I went there was at least 5 kids, but often more. We don't go, but my son has a climbing gym membership, and he goes with my husband just on his own now. But
Oh,
it started because of that. So.
neat.
That's awesome. Yeah, climbing is a great activity. I actually also do competitive climbing, and it's a really great activity. One of my close friends and climbing partners is a visually impaired climber. She climbs in the B3 category. She actually won silver at the World Championships um this past September in Seoul, South Korea. Her name's Phoebe.
Wow.
She's awesome. And most blind competitors, they use a caller. I love to call for Phoebe. It's a lot of fun. It's another way to kind of like experience climbing. So you kind of call out the route, like the hold, direction, shape, distance, all of those things. But it's a really great activity. I think what's nice about it is it's also something you can do together with parents, other siblings, things like that. So there's also meetups all around the Bay Area with climbing, and then there's a whole competitive scene too. And I think I competed in basketball and now climbing pretty much since I was about 10 or 11, and it was really great for a bunch of reasons. because I think kids without disabilities kind of have regular opportunities to compete in gym class, in rec leagues, and I think people with disabilities often don't have that opportunity. So I think it's really special. And then you also get to, be part of a community of other people like you. And so I think definitely if you can, not everyone is into sports, but to the extent your kiddo is into sports, definitely encourage you to kind of seek out those opportunities, especially the ones that are part of a group like that or that offer kind of a competitive outlet if that's something they're interested in.
Thank you. That was excellent. Does anyone have any more questions for Emily?
Okay. Well, I hope to see all of you at a BORP program at some point in the future or playing against a BORP team or coming to some sort of event. Yeah, you can email me anytime. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm also happy to, talk to anyone or connect folks if they want to, hear from another blind climber, happy to make any of those connections. So yeah, really reach out anytime.
Thank you so much for being
Yeah.
here this evening with us and letting us know about all the wonderful opportunities that you guys have.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
inspiring us.
Have a good night. Take care.
Thank you so much.